Today I'm going to be talking about paying for college and the importance of understanding that college tuition increases every year, and if you want to have that stable career and stable future, it is very important that you realize that you can pay for college. You just need to understand where the costs come from and how to afford them. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, it is saying that $31,000 is the average salary for someone with just a high school degree. Now, if you could take that extra time in that 4 years to get a bachelor, they can go up to $58,000. That is an amazing difference in order to secure that future you may desire to have. It is important to realize that tuition increases every year. It's important to realize where the costs come from and how to budget them appropriately and how to find the aid. There is plenty of aid out there. You just got to do the research and know where to look for it. We're going to talk about how tuition increases. Tuition does increase steadily, about 5 to 15% every single year, according to Time Magazine. They also say that back in 1980, it was roughly about $7,000 a year to go to college. Now, in 2010, it has gone up to $16,000 on average. That is a huge difference, and like I said, it increases 5 to 15% every single year. So it's important to understand that every year you go to college, find more and more aid, and eventually you might not even have to pay much out of pocket or take out loans to afford this. I do have a cartoon to show. With that high tuition increase, parents are unable to give their child that degree that they may want them to get. That makes the child have to rely on themselves in finding aid in financial institutions to give them this extra money to help. Here's a cartoon. You can tell it's probably a father. Looks like he's homeless now, begging for money, and it says children at university. This is depicting that since the tuition rise has gotten so high, with the economy being very low, parents are unable to help their children out in these instances, and we have to take it upon ourselves as college students to really dig deep and find ways to help. There are two different types of costs. There are billable costs, which is your tuition and your room and board. And then there are indirect costs, which is anything from books to supplies, transportation, personal needs. And it's very important to realize that if we don't budget those two areas of costs, the tuition and all the fees might get out of reach for us to even afford, even with loans and aid. And there are 5 main categories according to College Board, which is a great website in giving you any information you need about understanding college costs and helping you find a college that can fit within your budget. First one is tuition and fees. This is the cost of the education. This is the cost to pay the teachers. This is the cost to make the facilities run on the campus. This is where a big chunk of the costs come from. Second is room and board. This is the fees to stay at the dorm, or if you're in an apartment, it will be your rent. This is important to understand that if you are a full-time student, it can be difficult to pay for the nice apartment rent. That's why a lot of times college kids are living grouped together in smaller places. Third is books and supplies. On average, it says about $1,100 is spent a year on books and supplies. That is a lot of money on buying books that you use for 12 to 16 weeks, and then you're stuck with them. I can give you a suggestion. Bookrenter.com and Chegg are great places to rent books, where you can send them back at the end of the year, at the end of the semester. If you decide to keep them, you can buy them out at the end. I've done that a few with mine, but I've saved on average about $500 a year doing that. Fourth is personal expenses. This is anything from your hygiene to your clothes, anything you need personal, medicines. That goes about almost $2,000 a year. That is a lot, so it is very important to make sure you budget out every other area to make sure you have room for not only your personal expense, but transportation is a big one also. It's about $1,000 just to live on a campus, getting back and forth to classes, going home to see family. That can be a big chunk of it also. There are plenty of options to help you pay for college. Financial aid is a great one. FAFSA is a website to help you see if you qualify for any federal loans, grants, anything along that lines. My personal experience with FAFSA my first year was very frustrating. It goes off your family's income, unless you're married, it'll go off you and your spouse. My mother did not know anything about FAFSA, and I had to really research and explain to her, and College Board was the great website to help me give my parents the information in order to help me secure my financial future. Through FAFSA, you fill out an online app. I don't know if they do the paper ones anymore. I'm pretty sure they do not. And you can get qualified for federal loans and grants based on your need. Grants are financial aid that you do not need to pay back. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, it is about, on average, 9 million Americans are helped with financial aid through FAFSA with grants. That is a big number, but with the recent economy, budget cuts are coming back. That means a lot of these students are going to be unable to receive those grants in the near future and most likely not given a secure, stable future. According to Yvonne Hubbard, University of Virginia, financial aid director, she says banks are denying students of loans due to the economy. As the tuition raises, banks are not even giving us loans to help us pay for school. So it's important to really fill out that FAFSA and see if we can get anything from the government. Or the next step is to really work hard on scholarships. Scholarships you can find online, you can find in books at the bookstore. They are not based on financial need. Instead, they are based on qualifications like athletic, academic, artistic qualifications. If you have any of those, they are great to help you gain the scholarship to help you pay for your need. Watch out for ones that may be fee-based, requiring you to pay a fee in order to enter the scholarship. Scholarships are free money. You do not need to pay a fee to use them. Do not use those kind. Best websites are any college website, like the school you're going to go to for For example, Central Michigan University is my school. I can find plenty on their website. Or fastweb.com is a great one. You fill out a survey and it kind of connects you to the ones that will fit your needs best. In conclusion, remember, tuition does increase 5 to 15% every single year. Make sure you fill out those FAFSAs correctly and on time to get the aid and loans you might be able to receive. Fill those scholarships out to the best of your ability and realize that there is aid out there. You just need to search for it.